You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'.
What is going down? What is going down? This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is episode number 331, and guys, I have to start off the show and apologize to everyone because there was no episode last week. There was no warning of no episode last week. There was just so much shit going down on my plate. You're not even going to fucking believe it, but I'm going to explain it. It's just one of those times where everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. And that's what happened. I mean, it's as simple, clean, cut, and dry as that. I had a trip scheduled for Georgia. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I was leading up to it. It's finally came and went. I was there and now I'm back. But leading up to all that, I had a flight at like 6 a.m, Monday morning. Okay, so I was trying to get ready and trying to get the podcast and stuff done before I left. They wouldn't have it that way, and I'm talking about the video game gods. They said, no, you're going to get a stomach bug, and we're going to throw some monkey wrenches into your shit, okay? And this is what we're going to do. So the night I had to pack and all of that, keep in mind the flight left at 6 a.m, so we had to be at the airport by around 3:30 in the morning. So I was going to try to knock out the podcast earlier that day and tend to my packing and all that. But I got a stomach bug that day. Okay. So I was on the sideline, balled up. It took everything in me just to pack because I wasn't going to postpone the trip. I wasn't going to stop the trip because if you guys don't know, we're moving to Georgia next year. And the whole reason why we were taking this trip is so that we could get some time to drive around, look around, peep the scenery, visit some relatives. And I have a best friend that stays out there too. So we had all this stuff planned, 4 days of vacation. We were going to go do our thing. And then I get this stomach virus and I'm kind of fucked. Okay. So on top of all that, I didn't get a chance to do the podcast. So I said, okay, well, I'll do it. I'll take my microphone with me and I'll try to knock it out at the hotel or something like that, right? So I took my microphone, did all this shit. Number one, I hate traveling. I hate flying. I hate planes, airplanes, all that shit, okay? If I can avoid them, I will. But this was unavoidable. And on top of all of that, with the stomach bug, it just fucked up the trip. Half the trip was already just in shambles for me personally because I was on sidelines. So I got there. I met up with my best friend. We kicked it and for a little bit because we couldn't get our hotel room until 3:00 p.m. So our flight landed at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So luckily my friend looked out for us, and we went to his house and hung out there and went out. And all of this, I still have a stomach bug. Keep all this in mind. I still have a stomach bug. I'm basically, I'm fighting it to the best of my ability, and I'm fucking miserable. Okay. I want to have fun so bad. I want to eat. We're at this restaurant. Everybody else is eating. I can't eat anything. All I can do is fucking drink water. Right. And all I want to do is go lay down in the bed and just curl up into a ball. All right. That's how bad I felt. So we finally get our hotel room and we leave. I go straight to the hotel room and I jump right in the bed and I just take my clothes off. I lay dead in the bed and I'm there for the next 2 days. I can't do shit. Right. I'm sidelined. So my girl is out, having the time of her life, going out, eating all these different places and just seeing all these things, doing all these things. Right. And I'm in bed. I don't get out of bed until Wednesday. So 2 days out the trip, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? Warm butter has been pulled out on me and it's been used accordingly. And that's where I'm at. So it was beginning to be a terrible, terrible trip. Okay. Luckily after that, things got better because I started to feel a little bit better. But anyway, that's why there was no podcast, because for the first couple of days, I was just sidetracked. I was just sidelined and I couldn't do anything, guys. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to so bad. And then on top of that, I forgot my hard drive. Brought my laptop, but forgot my hard drive with all my shit on it. So it was just, everything went bad. All right. My 3-year-old daughter, she's a daddy's girl, so she's very clingy. And we were going to try to sneak out. Of course, usually every other night she sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. She sleep. Not that night. Sunday night, she happened to be awake. She cried, she screamed, she hollered, all these things. She was trying to put her shoes on, to try to go with us. All this stuff was going on. I had the stomach bug. We still had this flight to do. It was just crazy. Then if you know about flying, you know about the TSA and checking in your bags and going through all the procedures of taking your stuff off and all these things, flagging your bags, all this shit, these long lines, everything that goes along with traveling. This is what was going on in my world. And on top of that, you have a stomach bug and you just have no tolerance for anything at all. And that was me. So those first couple of days were a nightmare for me. Finally started to recover on Wednesday. Got a chance to get out, finally see the town, look at the scenery and everything like that. Have a couple of good ideas of where we want to stay at. And then Thursday, the day that we left, we had a late flight. So I think our flight left at like 10:45 p.m. So we got a chance to go out. We got a chance to go watch, to go see a movie. What did we go watch? We saw the Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington. Amazing movie. He was a straight savage in this movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check that out. For real, okay? He made John Wick look like a fucking baby with a pacifier in his mouth. I'm telling you right now, he was vicious in this movie. But anyway, did all that, had a great time the last couple of days for me. Ate at some nice restaurants, did all those type of things, saw my family. We went to the Battery, which is basically the Braves stadium, which they have all kinds of restaurants and all kinds of things and activities and shit like that you can do in that area. And we just had a great time. So gonna love to move to Georgia next year. Looking forward to it. And now I'm doing this podcast finally. And we have some things on our plate. We have the Nintendo Direct, and we also had a Sony State of Play, which is crazy. Kind of glad I didn't get a chance to do the podcast in a sense, so I could talk about some of this stuff with you guys. But if I'm being honest though, guys, this, in my opinion, the Nintendo Direct and the Sony State of Play they were both pretty mid. They were both just mediocre at best. Nothing really spectacular there. Nothing that we really haven't seen before. And I'm going to go over it though, some bright spots, and then we'll go from there. But that's that. Before I do that though, I want to talk about a game that, if you're a boxing fan, or if you were into like the Mike Tyson Punch Out games back in the day, or any of the Punch Out games, because they had Mike Tyson's Punch Out, then you had Punch Out, and then you had Super Punch Out on the Super Nintendo, and so on and so forth. And if you remember in the arcades, I think it was called Punch Out as well. but you played this other character. He was all green, and you fought different characters. But anyway, I'm a huge Punch-Out fan, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out fan. I love all those games. My favorite game, one of my favorite games of all time still to this day, is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I still play it on the 3DS from time to time, and it's just a classic game. And it's an 8-bit game from an 8-bit system, which I think is still brilliantly made. I still love that game to death, and it still remains one of my top all-time favorite games, period. You just can't beat it. But anyway, the reason why I'm bringing all that up is because there's a game that just came out of nowhere, and it goes by the name of Thunder Ray. I think that's the actual name of the game, but it's got the same format as a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. You actually play a black anime character who kind of resembles Mike Tyson in a sense, not necessarily completely, but he has like this flat top, and he's definitely an anime character, and the characters are very beautifully drawn, animated. It's an awesome little game. I haven't had a chance to play it. I've seen it, but this is a game I want to buy. I want to add to the collection. I think it's $15 right now on the Nintendo eShop, and I want to say it's about the same for every other platform. It's on everything, PlayStation, Xbox, so whatever you have. I think it's on Steam as well, but it's available everywhere, man, and it looks awesome. I'm going to support these guys because we're going to get, I think with the more support we give them, we get a chance to get more DLC and stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to playing this game when I do have some time to play it. But yeah, it's called Thunder Ray. Definitely Google it, check it out. It looks awesome, man. And some of the knockouts are like borderline fatalities. You can literally make your opponents explode, guts and all kinds of shit flying everywhere. So just give it a gander, take a look at it, tell me what you think. It's called Thunder Ray, and it looks awesome, man. I just wanted to talk about that. I didn't want to forget about it because it is something that caught my attention. But anyway, let's get to this Nintendo Direct and everything that's been going on with that. Okay, I'm going to start there first. And there were a few games, like 4 or 5 things that kind of caught my attention. And like I said, both of these came out of left field, if I'm being honest, and they were just okay. So I think they started off with a game that I talked about. I think I mentioned it maybe a couple months back, but it was a game called Dave the Diver. Okay, so I think by day you're a fucking deep diver. You go down and you find and you get fish, and you kind of like, you're a diver, right? And you go on these epic adventures in the water, and then at night you have a bar that you manage. It's just a pretty cool premise, and it's more to it than that, but it's kind of like a balancing system, and you want to grow your business. The whole key is you want to grow your business, and you can eventually grow it so big to where you can have multiple chains and things of that nature. So all of that is funded by what you do when you're deep diving for resources and stuff like that for your bar, to help your bar kind of succeed and everything like that. There's a demo out, so I'm definitely going to check that out. Can't wait for that. But the game has actually been out on PC for a minute, and it's just now coming out for the console. So I remember seeing this in some video or something and looking at the reviews, and I was like, yo, I'd really like to play that. And I hope this would be perfect for something like the Switch. And lo and behold, we have a demo for the Switch now. So definitely check that out. It's called Dave the Diver. If you're into the indie game scene and you're into like just fun shit, and that's what the indie games provide for me personally, they're not afraid to go against the grain or just be free, and they have that freedom. They get a chance to just kind of like go off the cuff and do what they kind of want to do. That's the beauty of indie titles. Same thing with this Thunder Ray game here. You know what I mean? It's an indie title. People have a lot of fun with these games, and some of these indie titles end up becoming more popular than some of these mainstream AAA titles sometimes. So definitely check out Dave the Diver. Next on this list is Tomb Raider trilogy, the original Tomb Raider trilogy, not the stuff that we know of today, like the modern Tomb Raider stuff. I'm talking about the very first Tomb Raider, the second and the third Tomb Raiders. The Tomb Raiders I grew up playing. Okay, I think I had it on the Sega. I had it on the Sega Saturn. My brothers had it on the PlayStation. It was the shit. I remember like when Tomb Raider first came out, everybody was playing Tomb Raider, man. But these are the original 3 Tomb Raiders. They're going to release them all in the trilogy. I don't know how much it's going to be or anything like that, but it has been announced, and they're giving you an option to play it as it used to be played. So it's kind of got a reskin on all of them. So you got the HD versions or the definitive versions of these on the Switch. And if you want to be old school about it, you can definitely go in there and play it as you originally remembered it as well. So that's cool. And that's going to be available soon. So like I said, Switch, to be a Switch owner, there's going to be a lot of things worth adding to the Switch if you don't already know that. There's a lot of stuff that makes Switch cool, and the portability is that thing. Like for me personally, you know, a lot of these games that are coming out, these trilogies and stuff like that, they're going to be available, I want to say, for other consoles too. But if you had to make a decision, I know me personally, I'd like a lot of this stuff portable. You know, like when I take the trip, I took my Switch with me when I did go to Georgia, and I had that in bed, and you know, you can enjoy those type of things, you know, and if you really wanted to, you could put it on the TV and do your thing there too. So I just like the portability of the Switch. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Switch. I'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah, there's another game. Next on the list is F-Zero 99. Now this is from the F-Zero. I think this is from the Nintendo. All right. Now, of course, they added some bells and whistles with this. I think up to 99 players can actually partake in a race, and you could literally go out and race other players online with this. Game looks pretty fun. Not going to lie. I was a big F-Zero fan back in the day, and this looks cool, man. It definitely looks cool. I still don't believe that the Nintendo online service is worth even the little bit of money that they are charging right now, because there's still so many games they should add. And I really believe that they should give us the catalog that the older systems gave us online. Okay, you know, options to buy other classics and play them on that said system and stuff like that. And I don't know why they're being so stingy when it comes to the Switch on that aspect. You know, there's a lot of classic Nintendo games from different systems, GameCubes and all these other consoles, and I feel that we should get access to those games and be able to play them on our Switch and download them and all that. Now, you know, that's just my humble opinion. They've done it before. I don't know why they wouldn't do it now. But that is Nintendo we're talking about, and they definitely march to the beat of their own fucking drum a lot of the time. But next game I want to talk about, though, with you guys is one that a lot of people have been asking about. Okay, this is a GameCube classic, all right, and this is coming out in 2024. I don't know the month, but it is coming, and this is Paper Mario, okay, the 1,000-Year Door. Finally, this game is coming to the Switch. And they definitely made us wait for this one. It's going to be an awesome game. Can't wait for it. Definitely going to be adding that to the library for sure. This one is definitely right up there for me with another game, which is the last one on the list here for Nintendo, which is Super Mario RPG. And that game looks so beautiful. So fucking crispy. I can't wait to play that. That's coming out in November. So many great things coming out in November, man. Some surprises that I didn't anticipate, and this is definitely one of them. There's a Yakuza game coming out as well that I've been looking at, wanting to play. I'm really thinking I'm going to lean towards there. But then there's also Alan Wake 2, which I'm not going to be able to get to necessarily when it comes out in October because of Spider-Man. Like I said, I have one game to play in October, and it's going to be Spider-Man. I got to watch my money, my ducats, and some of these games are not going to be able to be played when they come out. That's just the nature of the beast. I'm going to have to circle back around, catch sales, and catch some other things in that. There's just so much stuff going on right now. It is. I think this is truly one of the best years in gaming, and it's been, I don't remember a year it being this good. I'm sure there were years that had me, but not in recent years. I can't say that consistently games coming out, banger after banger. Just I don't remember it. And 2023 is looking that way. It's looking that good, man. So I'm just proud and happy to be a gamer right now. It's just a beautiful time to be a gamer right now. If you are that, that's pretty much all that caught my attention in the Nintendo Direct. There were some other games, of course, but like I said, guys, it was pretty mid, nothing major to announce. A lot of people thought that we were going to get some new information on the Switch 2 or the next Switch to come, and we didn't get that. But everybody's talking about this new Switch, and everybody's got their calendar set for 2024. There's been some leaks. There's been some things going on out here. The tech is already out in a lot of developers' hands right now, so they're literally working on things. They have some games in development right now behind closed doors, and supposedly this is going to be a pretty beefy system. Okay, it can run Unreal Engine 5 on there. It can do a lot of these other things. The NVIDIA card is definitely way more powerful than, of course, the current Switch we're using right now, of course. And that people are saying that it could possibly be on par with like maybe an Xbox Series S. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun and go that far. If you ask me, I'm maybe looking like it may have the strength and maybe even hang with like a PlayStation 4 or somewhere around there. And that's at the most. All right. I'm not going to get overzealous and over anxious about what this Switch is going to do. It's definitely going to be more powerful than what we have now, of course, and all of that. We know it's still going to be portable. All right. And they also did say that it will be cartridge based games, which I'm definitely a fan of. So those things are still there. The only question is just how powerful is this machine really going to be? And then how much do you think it's going to cost? Now, I'm going for $399.99. That's what I think it's going to cost. There's some people who say it may go a little higher than that, but Nintendo in the past, they're not known for just pulling out butter when it comes to prices. They're trying to keep everything consumer friendly for the most part. And I think $399.99 will be that magic spot. And we'll readdress this, trust me, when we do get the confirmation from Nintendo and all that. I will definitely have a show talking about all of this stuff. But that's what I think it is, guys. Mark it down. Remember it. Remember I said what I thought it was going to be. And I'm curious to know what some of you guys may think either. Some people are saying $350, but I'm going to say $400, man. I'm really going to say $399.99 on that. Let's move on to Sony. And let's talk a little bit about this state of play, which was definitely weaker than the Nintendo Direct, in my humble opinion, if I must say so myself. They had a light at the end of the rainbow, and they, of course, were saving that for last, and I'll get to that. But one thing that I definitely saw that I kind of liked was the Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways DLC. Okay, which is coming out later on this winter, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you get to play as Miss Wong herself, Ada Wong, and get to see everything through her eyes. What happened during those same events with Leon and Resident Evil 4. So that ought to be interesting. I wonder how much they're going to charge for that. Hopefully it's like just $20 and no more than that. I hope. We'll see. Also, we have Ghost Runner 2. There's a demo out right now. If you guys want to check that out, if you were into the first game and anything else about it, you can check that out. Now, Helldivers 2, we had a new trailer, a gameplay trailer, and it looked pretty good, man. I was always interested in Helldivers 2. I definitely love the graphics. I definitely love that it's third person, and it looks pretty cool, man. It looks like it could be, it could definitely do some things. But like I said, we're not going to know completely until it actually drops. But from what I've seen so far, Helldivers 2 looks to be pretty delicious. Okay. Next up, we got some Spider-Man 2. A lot of people are saying that the Spider-Man 2 footage that we got, majority of that was already footage from 6 weeks ago, somewhere around there. I don't remember that. But look, show me Spider-Man. I'm all here for it. I definitely want to check it out. I'm really hyped about this game in October. I think October 20th to be exact. And it's just going to be a dope game. I can't wait. I'm wondering, I'm thinking, I'm guessing, and I think Venom's going to be playable in this game. I could be wrong. I could be so wrong, but I think that's a surprise that we're going to get. Yes, Miles Morales, yes, Peter Parker, but one more. What about that boy Venom? We'll see. Really, really anticipating this game, guys. And it looks like it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be the shit. It looks very fun. Like I said, I think they took the best of both worlds from both previous titles, and then they crammed it in here. And They definitely made the game bigger. Okay, the city is just almost twice as big, so definitely going to have fun doing all the things that you can do there. Also, the customization options that they added with the spider suits and everything like that. I think they said there were, how many suits? There's a shit ton of spider suits in here, all right? But then you also get the ability to rearrange them as far as the looks are concerned. You can mix and match different things and make your own spider suit. I seen one with a fucking cape. And I don't remember seeing a Spider-Man suit with a cape. So that is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. And I really want to play Spider-Man with the all-black symbiote costume, but technically not the symbiote. I want just the straight-up black, sleek costume. That's my favorite costume in the Spider-Man universe, period. It's simple, but it's just awesome, okay? He looks, that suit is just so nasty, all right? Love that suit. But anyway, can't wait to play that, unlock all the suits, all the things that you like to do in the Spider-Man games. And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be real fun. Next game on this list is, believe it or not, Tales from Arise. If you guys remember Tales from Arise, awesome action RPG game. This is a sequel, I guess, and it's called Beyond the Dawn. And it looks to be awesome. At first I thought it was some DLC, but I think it's just another game. I mean, period. Just another game. And I'm always down for these Tales of Arise games. They're awesome. I love the first one, the story, all of that. It was awesome to me. So definitely looking forward to this one. I think it's all platforms as well. No release date yet for that, unless I missed it. And then they saved the best for last, of course, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We got new gameplay trailer. We got some new information on it. It's just going to be a huge game. It's going to have all the mini games and everything that used to be in the original OG version. Of course, upscaled and all of those type of things. So just get ready for a fantastic adventure with this new game here. Remember, I think it's 2024. February. I want to say it's February 2024. That's the date we got. I don't know why I didn't put these fucking dates down. I was slipping. But anyway, yeah, I think February of 2024 is when we're going to get that. So definitely be waiting for that one. It's going to be crazy. All right. Everybody's going to be jumping on this one. And they also said, if you have a save from the first part, it's not going to matter. It's not going to do you any good. You're starting fresh. So anything you did and collected in the first part one, it isn't going to matter because it's not rolling over to this game. You're starting fresh on this game. This is kind of like, hey, okay, we're going to open up the game here and we're going to get to, start doing shit, really start doing shit. And it's going to open up right here. All the things they showed us, you're going to be able to fly. You're going to be able to do all kinds of dope shit in this game that you couldn't do in the first game. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. Definitely. And that was pretty much it. Now, they did show other games. It was like 27 minutes long, I want to say. A lot of it was fucking fluff. Let's just be real with each other. And, it wasn't too spectacular, man. Like I said, a lot of the stuff we already knew was coming down the pipeline. We got no real releases or any new announcements on anything other than all of this other stuff. So I just kind of picked out all the sweet spots, in my opinion, and I wanted to, talk about those things. But yeah, that's your state of play right there. Now, what I want to talk about next, and this is going to be the final piece of the puzzle on this episode, is Cyberpunk's DLC. Cyberpunk's DLC looks very, very promising. Okay, they're showing a lot now. They're going into top gear. They finally hit that fifth speed, and they're trying to drive it home with everybody because it's coming out real soon. The 2.0 update comes out on the 21st, and then the actual DLC comes out 5 days later on the 26th. So everybody's gearing up for this. They really want everybody to, play Cyberpunk again and get back in there. I'm really hyped for it now because this is the Cyberpunk that pretty much we should have gotten day one. This is the version that was promised to us, most likely, I think. And judging by what was included in 2.0, that says it all. There's just, everything is being revamped. And for the simple fact that you can't even get this on last gen consoles says it all. Okay. It says that if they had their wish, if the devs had their wish, they wouldn't have even worried about last gen so that they could focus and get everything done right on current gen systems. And that's what has happened right now. That's pretty much what we're looking at. They tried to get everybody to get, to get that money or capitalize on that money on all consoles. And now they want to actually give us what we really deserve. And, everything that the game could actually, everything that the hardware can handle now, we're finally getting with this 2.0 update. So you can jump back in there on the 21st and you can either start over again with a new character. They recommend starting over with a new character, but if you choose not to do that and you want to keep playing it, you can still do your thing with your current character. And what would happen is all your stats would be removed, and you would have to reallocate those bonuses and those stats to your character because they have a new system now. Some things are simplified, some things are not. But everybody who I've listened to and videos that I've seen who has played it has said that it has been for the better, and it's a lot better, moving forward. So that's what makes me excited because look, yes, Cyberpunk promised us a lot of things and they didn't deliver on a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you that I did not enjoy my time with Cyberpunk when I did play it. Okay, I did enjoy my time, but now being able to revisit it and get a chance to just do it the right way, I think is going to be pretty fun. And then my boy Idris Elba is going to be one of the main guys in this DLC. I looked up the DLC length and how long the average time was going to be, and they were saying about 16 hours. So I usually add another 10 hours on top of that. So for me, it's probably going to be 25, 30 hours on that DLC because I'm going to run around and just pretty much do a lot on the majority of those things. Okay. Side quests, missions and stuff like that. And I'm going to do that in abundance. So I'm going to definitely have a ball with this DLC, and it's going to be $30 and I'm going to be buying it. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be day one, but it'll be around that time because there's, like I said, so much stuff happening right now. You have Lies of P coming out, I want to say on the 19th. That's going to be on Game Pass on the 19th. I still have to get into Starfield. I mean, I have barely scratched the surface in Starfield. That's because I'm on New Game Plus Plus on Armored Core 6 now, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. I'm trying to get those Cora weapons. Okay. So I'm on New Game Plus Plus, the final ending or whatever. So I'm working on that now. And then after that, I wanted to jump into Starfield for a while and do some things there. And then I want to definitely take a peek under the hood of this Cyberpunk DLC and this 2.0 update and kind of just play around in there for a little bit. So there's a lot of stuff right now on my plate when it comes video game wise that I want to do. And so I'm not going to run out of anything. Also, I didn't even mention what I started playing the other night when I got back from out of town. I started playing Sea of Stars. That's a typical, turn-based RPG, pixelated graphics. It's got this charm to it. I've been anticipating it for quite some time. I was going to get it for the Switch, but then I found out that with the membership on PlayStation, it's free. So I downloaded it there and I've been playing that. I think I got about 7 hours into that right now. So pretty dope game. Trying to get in there deeper, trying to get some more abilities and things of that nature. But yeah, playing that. So I'm all over the place right now. There's no rhyme or reason to how I play for the most part. There's a few games that had my attention for, a number of hours at one time. Armored Core 6 is one of those games. I think the surprise hit of the year for me is going to be Remnant 2. That one also had me there. So we got some titles here, and I haven't gotten into Starfield yet like I want to, but I definitely see myself doing that here in the next week or so. So those are the things that have been on my plate and that I'm trying to tackle. And there's, like I said, trying to get all this stuff done or out of the way before Spider-Man comes out, and then boom, we're hitting that. And after Spider-Man, I mean, there's a lot of choices. There's Mario, there's the Yakuza, and there's a lot of games, Alan Wake, and everything else in between. Okay, so like I said, this year is stacked with video games, guys. I mean, I haven't even touched Street Fighter 6 in a minute. There's Street Fighter. There's so many things. Mortal Kombat just came out. So, I mean, you can't buy them all. You can't play them all. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, so many things to play. I was a little bit more excited than I thought I was going to be excited for. They gave us a quick glimpse of the story with Idris Elba's character, and it looks very interesting. It looks very interesting. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to try out some of these weapons, these new weapons, some of the new hacking stuff that you can do. Like, they had a demonstration video and they showed you like 3 different builds that you can partake in, and there's going to be some awesome builds here. I cannot wait. Oh man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun because I was having a shit ton of fun at the end of the game when I started hacking everybody, man. It's just something about being able to just hack people from a distance before you even go in there, or just soften them up and then go in for the kill, for the cleanup. It's just beautiful. You know what I mean? That's how I typically played, and I'll probably end up playing that same kind of play style, moving forward. So I think I'm going to make another new character and start another playthrough. But after I finish this current playthrough, you know what I'm saying? I want to get in there and kind of play with some toys and kind of do my thing, do the DLC, and then start a new character, eventually, and kind of run through that again. So looking forward to it, man. Definitely. So I have plenty to do game wise. And that's what I'll be focusing and concentrating on. So that's me in a nutshell. Anime watch list. Still watching Black Clover. Evangelion, I've been peeping that, watching that, and Ronin Kenshin is on my list. No Guns Life is another one that I didn't get a chance to finish up, which I completely forgot about, and now that's finished, so I can go and do that. So those are kind of the ones right now on the top of my head, anime wise, and then whatever else I decide to dive into will be what that'll be. I'm kind of freestyling it, you know what I'm saying, right now on that tip. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, guys. That's what I've been up to. Like I said before, I want to apologize to all of you guys who were looking for something on Monday, this past Monday, and didn't get it. I was just fucked up. Like I said, if you don't hear from me and you don't have a show from me, guys, you know something's up. You know something's up, and that's what happened. So, hopefully, like I said, I'm not taking any more trips anytime soon. The next trip I see myself personally taking will be actually the move to Georgia, and I'll be driving. So, 12-hour drive, boom, we're done, we're good. And that's it. So I should be cool as far as every week, we're back on the pony every week. We're going to get the show. So yeah, I'm here. And I want to thank everybody for supporting me, everybody for listening to the podcast. If you're new to the show, thank you guys for coming. I hope to see you again. We do this every Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. If you want to help the show out, technically you're already doing that if you're listening, but if you want to go the extra mile, you can support me. You can go on my handles and check me out. You can go to DragonBallDrip.com and you can check out some Dragon Ball stuff there. Hoodies, t-shirts, hats, anything you buy will definitely go towards helping out the show. Also, check out Random Gameplay Pimpin' on YouTube. Subscribe there. I'm going to have plenty of content coming up. I've been working on that. Also, check out Random Gameplay Pimpin' on TikTok and check us out there as well. So just, show your love and appreciation if you will, if you don't mind. And yeah, man, I'll keep bringing it to you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to bow out gracefully and I'm going to tell you guys how much I love you and thank you all for your ears. Okay. With that being said, I'm out. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.